All right, you've made it to part 2 of my solution to reforming politics, which is called the Grill, a political vetting system that is consistent and intense. We're interrogating politicians on a regular basis. So, there are 2 scores per grill. The public score, very simple. For the time being, you can go to the website, watch a grill, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The grill's score, the official score that the grill gives, is a little bit more complex than that. These scores will be published to the website. You know, the grills are streamed live to the general public and then archived. The scoring overlaid and the reasoning to that scoring overlaid to the video. But we won't be actually editing what the politician said or their interaction with the griller. Each politician starts with 0 at the beginning of each grill. And they can say and do things during that grill that will add points or take away points. So they can end up being positive or negative at the end. Let's take a look at, per incident, what would deduct a point. An unsuccessful action or follow-up action to reduce government corruption. If we're talking about government corruption and you haven't formed a committee, polled the public, put a bill out on the floor. I'm not a politician. I don't know all the terms. I don't want to be a politician or a griller. I just want to build the coliseum by which all of them are vetted through. But if we find that you're not doing follow-up action in reforming the government in terms of getting rid of corruption, you're losing 2 points. An unsuccessful action or follow-up action on another topic, that will give you a -1. If you announce in any way or hint at your political party, we're going to take away a point from you. Again, we want people to analyze politicians' ideas, not their party. Interfering with the griller or the grill protocol. If you're playing a baseball game and you start pushing the umpire over, you can't do that. You can't interrupt the flow of the game. So you'll get a point taken away from you if you do that. Mudslinging, so making fun of other politicians. Incoherency or question avoidance, you'll lose half a point. Answering with a false premise, logical fallacy, or non sequitur, you'll lose another half a point. You can say these things. We're going to score it, and we're going to challenge you along the way. But if you stand by a logical fallacy, you're going to be losing half a point, as it applies to all of these point deductions. Before posting this video, I realized that I forgot a bullet point. I apologize for the sloppy band-aid here. But basically this means that as the grill is fact-checking in real time, even though scores will be given after the grill has been streamed live, if we find out that you made a false statement or gave a false statistic or citation, you'll lose half a point. A lack of statistic and or a citation when applicable. We want conversation to flow, but we also want politicians to have an encyclopedic knowledge. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. If you answer with "I don't know," you'll lose 1/4 of a point. It's sort of refreshing, but you're still going to lose a point. 1/4 of a point. Break time per minute, 0.05 will be detracted from your score for every minute that you're on break. Again, this is a stress test. It's 3 hours every single grill. But I will point out that if you leave the grill after 1 hour, the 2 hours are not going to detract from your score. That's going to come into the stats section. And these are the things that you can do to accumulate scores, and it's per incident. Successful action, follow-up action to reduce government corruption. Again, that's the big one that the grill focuses on the most because we're operating in a fraudulent system, so I don't know how we could trust them to take care of any other topics, even though we'll cover other topics, but you'd get +2 points. And then you'll have successful action, follow-up action on any other topic, full point for that. If you provide a sound and valid conclusion, half a point credit. Providing just a sound conclusion, 1/4 of a point, but we're going to still push back on that. And providing a valid stat or citation, 1/4 of a point. And then we come down here to the statistics. Variety of statistics per grill and cumulative grills published to the website after each grill. And some of those stats are related to the scoring system that we just went through, and some of them are independent. All combinations of politicians can be compared in a variety of ways. So you can go to the grill website. Let me take politician 1, 2, and 3. How many non sequiturs do they dish out per hour? Lots of ways to compare and contrast. If any portion of the public should be indexed, categorized, and put under a microscope, it is the people that think they're qualified enough to push the buttons or pull the levers of a country or a territory, our politicians. So they need to be scrutinized, and the grill's website will have a lot of KPIs. Last but not least, we have the funding of the grill. And I know this doesn't seem very important, but if at the end of all this you thought, hey, this is a great idea, I'd watch this, I support this, and then you found out that it's the Monsanto Corporation that's, funding this whole project, you'd probably be like, this doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's a mixture of public funding and advertising dollars. And the advertisers can put their commercials at the beginning and the end of the grill, never in the middle, because we don't want to interrupt the flow. And we will take no direction from our advertisers, just their money. You can check out my other videos that will give you more details and more context to this entire solution that I'm hoping at some point in time this gets some sort of publicity to increase the chances of like-minded, more influential, and smarter people than myself that will latch onto the project and make this come a reality. And this can be the draft version of our governing document. So if you like this, leave it in the comment section. If you don't like it, Rip it apart in the comments section. Tell me how to improve this. Share this with other people. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.